82, Scrunter won the show. 83 was Tobago Crusoe. Then 84 it was the Penguin. 85 Monarch was Black Stallion. 86 David rather sweep the tongue. And 87 Stalin, burn them down, burn them.
Caribbean inside, really is dynamite. Caribbean inside, really super, was spite. Caribbean inside, enjoy day or night. Caribbean inside, really is dynamite.
This is Caribbean Insight, and we are here to continue celebrating 40 years of Calypso history. I'm your host, Lady V, the guardian of this culture, right here on TV. The last time we stopped off on this Calypso Monarch journey was in 1981, when teacher / Calypsonian Hollis Liverpool Chalkdust had won this title for 3 times. In 1982, Chalkdust came to the savannah to defend his crown. But the butcher by trade from Grandy brought his tools to that same stage. Those of you who could remember, as part of his props that night in the competition, the Lord Kitchener himself was on stage, standing there and passing on the will to this guy. His name is Irwin Reyes Johnson. You know him as the Scrunter. And that night, the little butcher from Grandy dethroned the teacher Chalkdust with a magnificent rendition of the will. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Scrunter, 1982's Calypso Monarchs.
Say I just get the will from Lord Kitchener. All you know the man, give me stick, I hope I got so that. He says, son boy, I'm getting old. I'm leaving you to control. If you follow my instruction, go be mother in tongue when you next come back down. To make them build up. We had the time. You can make them bully. Let me rock and swear. I tell you when the partmen on them try to run you through on them rock, but let the woman go out the husband. Now I give this to somebody, and you always
Tobago produced many great Calypsonians. The first was Miss MacArthur Lewis, Calypso Rose, when she received this title and made history. But in 1983, recession was sweeping through the Caribbean, and the oil dollar was running low. Trinidadians were crying. Another great Calypsonian from Tobago came to the stage, and Scrunter was there to defend his crown. Othniel Bacchus, Tobago Crusoe, put tears in Trinidadian eyes, and he walked away with the crown.
A worldwide recession, worse than in the 30s, is causing concern internationally. This worldwide depression on world economies is a reason for alarm by authorities. Poorer country catching their tail to keep their head over water. Richer countries don't want to fail, but they can't make it no better. Rainy days are here at last. Things begin to get hard. What is the position in Trinidad? We had oil in a quantity, plenty money. We even have a high standard of living also. The way things were really going well, I myself was even saying this is the land where milk and honey flow. Citizens exposed to millions, government playing with billions, more cash in the place than the law allow. Well, now that the table turn, you see my store, the money go down. Trinidad has the right to be falling now. The whole place in a country, we got rich so suddenly. Nobody don't want to work hard again. We send for some workers in them foreign country. When they rip we off, everybody start to complain. Farmers turn their backs from the land, no agriculture, no farming. They getting money from special works, paying them for doing nothing. The whole place become a big welfare, more pay but no production. We didn't know that the oil money would have done. We spent millions on food alone when we could have grown we own, but we had cash to spend. Why plant when we all can buy? Jet planes to Miami, spending sprees to New York City, and the import bill just rocket to the sky. Big bank account in Panama, real estate up in Canada. The big apple reach Trinidad somehow. And now that rainy days are here, I don't see why we didn't prepare Trinidad.
Has the right to be falling down.
I hear how Tesoro want to sell out their asset. Texaco also want to sell Point of Pear. They don't train out the country, they want to run with the money. Oil is no longer lucrative, so they don't care. We already own Trinidad, which we catching with tail to man. Tell me what we're going to do with 3 of them on we hand. Sugar ain't bringing in money, it's cutting real trouble. Lord, we got to pray for a miracle. Be we running at a loss, public transport in real chaos. We're losing money in land, in sea and in air. Tea and textile rail shedding load. Wassa digging up the road. Man, the whole country's in rail sharpers everywhere. Now we're making consultation, saying we want to boost production. When are we to start? Tell me when and how. When cash was flowing in the land, we failed to reduce, we failed to plant Trinidad.
Has the right to be falling now.
Men were giving us warning about the times that were coming. We dismiss them and we call them prophet of doom. Now the oil days are over and we're feeling the pressure. Trinidad is now facing a future of gloom. 7 years of affluence were enjoyed by our nation. We developed but with mismanagement, scandal and corruption. If the days are bitter now, my friends, it is plain to see the vengeance of Moko falling on we. The damage is already done. Now it's up to everyone to work together and build back the economy. Right now the ship is sinking. It's up to us to keep it floating without throwing any cargo in the sea. In this kind of calamity, innocents pay for guilty. We are all just caught up in it somehow. Now that things are looking brown, we want to burn down the whole town, but Trinidad
has no right to be falling down.
By 1984, the drug epidemic was sweeping throughout the Caribbean. The robbings, the cheatings, the killings, the muggings. This became a new way of life. So people's lifestyle began to change. I remember my father had knuckle louvers to the front of the house. You remember knuckle louvers? And he decided he took out all these knuckle louvers and put in fancy bricks. Everyone was in fear. A change had come over. That night, Sedley Joseph, school teacher, aka the Mighty Penguin, came to the savannah and reminded the country of their present living conditions.
Everybody talking about freedom, but it's like everybody blind. If you think we living in freedom, the freedom only in your mind. Everywhere I look, criminals and crook, terrorizers, they run amok, while for you and me, behind lock and key, moving wrong like if we in shock. We living in jail. We living in jail. While criminals out on bail, honest men catching their tail in the homemade jail. You can't walk the streets no more. You're afraid to open your door like we fighting war. We living in jail. We living in jail. Freedom gone clean out of we control. Watch the houses you have to build. Burglar-proof iron doors and peephole, and a high concrete wall still. Your nerves in a mess. You have to eat less. And it's not that the times is so hard, but you have to spend to feed about 10. Doberman that guard in your yard. We live in jail. We living in jail. You could live in hill or vale. Your skin could be dark or pale. Still you shake and quail. Afraid to go to shows or dance. You look at strangers askance. You can't take no chance. We living in jail.
We living in jail.
Give me. Boom, boom. Costume jewelry is the fashion. Cause them criminals get so bold. They will choke you without compassion and take away your silver and gold. But to avoid lash, always have some cash. Because when they commit their crime and don't get enough, it's chop, kick and cough for making big men waste their time. We living in jail. We living in jail. Look, even the old and frail beg mercy to no avail. It's a sad, sad tale. Your TV and videotape, they take, and before escape, they looking to rape. We living in jail.
We living in jail.
Even churches barong like prison. Even school gates now have a guard. Roadblock searching your car and person. Store detectives watching your hard. A criminal few changed the life we knew to a terror, nightmare and fright. And lawyers so cold when the crooks get hold. Quick to talk about human rights. We living in jail. We living in jail. Don't go wrong with things on sale. Don't let your car engine fail. Suspicions prevail. And here it is. Criminals have we confined. Politicians feel it's time to control we mind. We living in jail.
We living in jail.
I know most of you remember that situation, and we want to say thanks to the mighty penguin. For those of you who have just joined us, you are watching Caribbean Insight, the only place where Calypso lives here on TV.
In 1958, the mighty striker with Don't Blame the PNM. PNM in trouble, Lord, with some Trinidad people, I tell you. PNM in trouble with some Trinidad people. The way they influence everybody, some think every day was free whiskey. And I have to declare, something that will be living up in the air. Now Annabella stuck in one patching, she want the doctor help she with that. Good Lord, Johnson's throat is falling, he want the doctor help me with that. Mama, yo, some want a Zephyr motor car, others want piece of land. Now Dorothy lost she man, she want to complain to Dr. William.
Culture is a way of life. Our history, our valuable history, most of it is told in song, in the form of calypso.
Well, if it was official, but they start studying bees on the street, and they start to jump around, and they start to tumble down, and they fall down on the ground. You see how they go. But when it was so complicated, it gives me the bacchanal ray gun.
We're back here once again on Caribbean Insight, the #1 Caribbean show here in the USA today. Now in 1985, those of you who remember, it was the era of political turmoil throughout the Caribbean. Politicians began playing their ugly games and people became aware of it. They was just talking loud and saying nothing. Just making people promises as usual, you know that's the rule, just to get there. And the Rastafarian culture was on the uprise. Penguin came to the savannah to defend his crown, of course, he had to. But my boy, Leroy Calise, the Black Stallion, put on his armor and marched into town. And with his rendition of isms and schisms, he took the title back south.
Grenada, Grenada, the black man, thank you. Grenadian teach me my greatest lesson. And who will learn from them, I am sorry. But listen to the lessons Grenadian teach me. Communism or socialism is the same gunhead all of them on. And from the time you team up with them, like Grenada, you're straight on the losing end. My friend, got to stay away from them is all them is confusion. You must have a nuclear weapon just to stay away from them is One is with a gun telling you to vote. One saying to vote with a bomb at your throat. They're saving all their arms and ammo for me and selling the wheat for the enemy. Got to stay away from them is all them is just schism. The first thing they're talking about is protection. Double tax your people, full your treasury. You got to maintain an efficient army. And too much pressure from the opposition. They will always rent you a whole battalion. And when you get the nexism out the way, how much life it costs you could never see. No way, got to stay away from them ism. All them ism is confusion. You must have a nuclear weapon just to hold on to your ism. Rescue mission to help Grenadian. Rescue mission to Afghanistan. Rescue mission going the world over. No rescue mission to South Africa. Got to stay away from them ism. All them ism is just schism. Remember when Grenada had an ism that everybody say was mongoose oppression? The other ism just take up some gun, and they had the whole mongoose back on the run. 4 years later, the thing turned back wrong. It's the same mongoose doctrine preaching in tongue. Grenadians keep suffering evermore. All the taxpayers' money going for war and more war and more war. Got to stay away from them ism. All them ism is confusion. You must have a nuclear weapon just to hold on to your ism. They say how to keep fought on politics. Every year they boycotted Olympic. And while we arguing about who good and who bad, them going out in space and exploding flag. Got to stay away from them ism. All them ism is just schism. Johnny. For man to sit down and write the new order, where man would respect a man as a man, and not through color and superior weapon, where he must be equal, righteous and fair, and realize that the earth is for all to share, regardless of your color, class or race. When them ism come, you keep off the peace. Why? Got to stay away from them ism. All them ism is confusion. You must have a nuclear weapon just to hold on to your ism. One ism say come, one ism say go. One ism say yes, the next one say no. And while we keep fighting, there is a war. We people keep getting poor and more poor. Got to stay away from them ism. All them ism is just schism. Love you, sir.
In 1986, Calypso saw another change. The money purse went up. The monarch now received large sum of money and a car. Well, hey, of course, this attracted the band singers to this game. By this time, Town had already loved the hammer. But Stalin came to defend his crown with part-time lover and more come. That finals night was a big one. In the race for the showdown was Marshall Montano with Too Young to Soca and Get Up and Get. Gypsy came with Captain, The Ship is Sinking and The Action is High. Chalkdust, who was already a 3-time winner, came with The Calypso Boat and Port of Spain Gone Mad. Johnny King was there with Panman and Stand Up. And Duke, a 4-time winner of this title, returned in the race with Treat Your Woman Nice and how many more. Scrunter Calypso Monarch of 1984 was present with 2 big hits, TNT, Unity, and Asia. And David Rudder with Bahima Girl and The Hammer. That night, David Rudder came stomping down to the savannah in full military attire. And he stole the crown from Stalin and took this title back to town with his rendition of The Hammer.
You go walk the trail, you say you go walk the trail, you say you go walk the trail, say the dragon don't walk the trail no more, say the dragon don't walk the trail no more, but I said a lie, I'll tell you the damn lie, I'll tell you the lie, I said the damn lie, I'll tell you the lie, 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 right there in the savannah, right there in Panorama, right there inside the Sparados burn, I said the man was right there in the savannah, right there in Panorama, I see with the hammer in the hand, I tell you, you walk in the trail, walk in the trail again, walk in the trail, walk in the trail, anytime you hear turn a roll, you walk in the trail, anytime you hear get up and grumble, you walk in the trail, I tell you, look, you walk in, walk in, walk in, walk in, walk walking, he walking ahead, walking. Pull over there, baby. Pull over there, baby. Pull over there, baby. Thank you.
He was crowned Young King, Road March King, and Calypso Monarch.
1987, David Rudder came to defend his title from bads like Scrunter with A Lost Tenor, Delamo with A Vision, Natasha Wilson with How to Soca, Chalkdust with We Kinda Rhythm, Gypsy with Ring Bam Bam,
Sing the song, you might win the road march too. Yeah.
Bali with Party Time. David sang Dedication. Black Stallion with Mr. Panmaker.
Stalin. He was unstoppable in his return to the stage.
David Rudder, position number 2, and the Calypso Monarch of 1987, Black Stallion.
And Stalin took the crown back to South with Bundem and Mr. Panmaker. This is 3 times crowned Calypso Monarch, the lawyer of Calypso, the Black Stallion, doing Bundem.
Judgment morning, we by the gate and we waiting. Fire coming,
Fire,
I hear
fire,
burning. Fire coming, fire burning.
fire, blazing, fire, burning.
Take it out, but fire burning, fire burning. Fire coming, fire burning, fire burning, fire burning. Come. Judgment morning, I'm at the gate and I'm waiting. Caught a begging the master, give me a walk with Peter. Because some sinners coming, with them I go be dealing. Because the things that they do me, I want to fix them personally. Peter looks as he rolls by the gate.
Bunny,
Peter look the Englishman, we sent as the road to Africa land.
bunny,
Peter take Drake, take Raleigh, but leave Victoria for me.
bunchy.
Peter can just don't care what you say, but Mussolini. Why?
This is my time for burning. Peter, keep the fire blazing. This is my time for burning. Keep the fire blazing.
Peter, you don't know the pressure that I undergo from this man and woman. I feel the full weight of their hand. They made their own press law. They never care about the poor. Peter, these people had a day. Well, now it's time for Stalin to play. Peter, look Ian Smith by the gate.
Bunny,
Peter, I don't want you to make fuss. Remember, I want Christopher.
bunny.
I say, Peter, look the woman. South Africa refused to put sanctions.
Bunny.
Peter, I just don't care what you do, like Reagan going in it. Why?
This is my time for burning.
Yes, sir.
Peter, keep the fire blazing. For burning. Fire blazing.
Peter, don't grudge me. Your hand done full already. You done deal with the Führer. But go ahead and take Foster. That woman Mary, remember that's my baby. So man back a doll that she make. You gotta give the black man a break. Peter, Peter, look both her reach by the gate.
Bunny.
Peter, I don't want you to waste time. Remember we still have Morgan.
Bunny.
I say Peter, look the woman who sent foreign troops in Africa land.
Bunny.
Peter, I just don't care what you do but the Ku Klux Klan. Why?
This is my time for Bunny.
I hear. What?
Peter, keep the fire blazing.
What you say?
This is my time for Bunny. Peter, keep the fire blazing.
Stop pushing. It has so much more coming. Take all them from overseas, but leave my Loki. During my lifetime, told me they were so unkind. So much bacchanal that they make. You gotta give the black man a break. Peter, wait. Peter, look, Big Mac reach by the gate.
Bunny.
Peter, look, catch that big belly fella. We carry me money down Panama.
Bunny.
I say, Peter, look, the woman who bring foreign troops in the Caribbean.
Bunny.
Peter, I just don't care what you do, but ball head going in the... Sing it, why?
This is my time for Bunny.
What?
Peter, keep the fire blazing. This is my time for Bunny.
I hear.
Peter, keep the fire blazing.
Love you.
For those of you who have just joined us, you're watching Caribbean Insight, the #1 Caribbean show here in the USA today. I want to thank you guys for your contribution. Thank you for understanding how important it is to preserve your culture. Culture is a way of life.
Rhythm and blues, jazz and reggae, they all pay their dues in the same way, yet every day they keep evolving more and more ways to stay revolving.
This is Rootsman.
This is Sunel Dempsey.
My name is Winston Bailey, better known as Shadow.
This is Calypso and Squeezy.
I watch no other but Caribbean Insight.
Caribbean Insight really is dynamite. Caribbean Insight really super was spite. Caribbean Insight enjoy day or night. Caribbean Insight really is dynamite.
Hello again, you're watching Caribbean Insight, the only place where Calypso lives here on TV.
88 Crow won for the first time. The mighty Chalkdust won in 89. 1990 Crow won again. 91 for the fourth time Stalin reign.
By 1988, the Calypso Monarchs saw some new faces. The sisters were making it to the big stage. Tigress with Emancipation and Pound for Pound. Dennis Plummer was in there with A Blessed Nation and Woman is Boss. Tambu, Bali, Protector, Gypsy, and Crow. This was the lineup. Stalin had already won 3 crowns and he came to defend his title with 2 big hits. But Winston Rollins, the cyclist from Buenos Aires, deep south, rode away with Stalin's crown with 3 bull rap and common entrance corruption. This is the Calypso Monarch of 1988, the mighty midget.
Me ain't thinking vile. And me are trying to project my child, but corruption is a constant annoyance. Going on too long in common entrance. You don't have to be intelligent, that is a lie. Your father must pull a good string with complexion high. Your child could be bred like a ball band from Laventine. Forget holy names, convent and bishops and steam. Because they have to pick Aldeu Budu, Krishna Maharaj. Because Hajun and Saj, father have pick a Raj. Chati Bisuni Muli and Pulmani. The brother, sister, son and Narwani. Hadid Montano, Saga and Abraham. They fix so much with church children they get jam. When they full and picture school right up to the neck. They send all them poor one to the junior sec. Too much high class in the class. Cha-la-la-la-la. Too much high class in the class. Cha-la-la-la. Too much high class in the class. Cha-la-la-la-la. It looks like before command entrance the last year, alignment on Independence Square, a woman shopping bag fall long on the pavement. I see uniform cloth for Holy Names Convent. I say, woman, how you show your child pass for the school? She say, my connection's cool and me and no pool. She say, my husband on the staff and she started to laugh. She say, Coco inside the whole ministry, man. She say, they had to pick Baliram, go bin Inja and go cool. All of them have to pass for prestige school. Little Outi Moon and Sugrim, brother Pandy. Pandy son dance like a bat, but they won't put him there. If your parents poor and you ain't have a cent, forget presentation and convent. If your complexion dim and your name is Rex, you already designed for the junior sec. Too much high class in the class. Cha-la-la-la-la. Too much high class in the class. Too much high class in the class. They say they're stopping common entrance soon, just to put poor people in more gloom. Black and chicken and the parents go have to groan when they start the new thing that they call the zone. It means if you're living in Woodbrook and in St. Clair, you're automatically going there where the air's right. And if you live in Togo and you're coming bus in the race, you can get into St. Augustine Girls by Anama Hayes. Because they have to pick Bokat, Luka and Dilema. Miss Dilema say gold watch to give the supervisor Hassan Ali, Hayat Ali, Masan Rouse. They send priest still to be the supervisor's house. But I want a big piece of rope, by the neck of pantin, put him in the sun and rent till I get thin. And when I do so, I'll pop the roll and pop the neck. Then we go get some high class in them junior sec. Too much high class in the class. Cha-la-la-la-la. Too much high class in the class. Too much high class in the class. Cha-la-la-la-la. I say it's a shame. Natasha should have a big shot name. Somebody would have lost, they were going to end up in jail. When the results come out and Natasha fail, because she have a big stupid name like Wilson. Nobody in the ministry and care nothing. So change your children's surname and don't be a fool. If you want your children to go to a prestige school, you see they had the big chin, leech and fat. Wong Song and them half white. The parents know where they're going long before they write. And if your name is Cornel, you pass with ease. All them Cornelies are Fatima and St. Mary's. You must be politically active and have your party card to get in big shot school here in Trinidad. You ain't get Jackie Royal Saloon by check. You better buy uniform for the junior spec. Too much high class in the class. Cha-la-la-la-la. Too much high class in the class. Cha-la-la-la. Too much high class in the class. I go.
In 1989, political topics ruled supreme. And Weston Rollins, the mighty midget, he understood that and rode into town to defend his crown. But when we're talking about politics, you know Chalky is the best at this. And when the slate was clean,
in position number 2, Crow, the mighty Chalkdust, the winner.
Chalky was seen with crown number 3. This is 1989 Calypso Monarch, Chalkdust, with an international hit, Carnival is the answer.
In Trinidad and Tobago, the steel band and the Calypso, as part of Carnival, teaches us to love ball, so we don't have conflict at all. But brother, there will be no peace in Afghanistan, men will fight like this over in Iran. There will be still war in El Salvador for young man. This land they have still bad. Only when Calypso reach Nicaragua, human love will flow to one another. These countries need power, our carnival. They need carnival. In Trinidad and Tobago, the steel band and the Calypso are two cultural streams flowing out to the sea to bathe us with their harmony. But sister, there will be hatred down in Pretoria. Campus will still bid for Guatemala. Workers in Poland don't like them Russian for Hungary, Poland, and steel band. Only when Calypso is played in Russia, New York and Moscow will hug each other to make them moral. They need carnival. They need carnival. In Trinidad and Tobago, Africans and Asians for so, along with Europeans, hop and dance when they meet on Carnival Day in the street. But sister, there be more fighting in the Philippines. IRA killing soldiers in their teeth. Iraq and Iran like two Doberman. Understand? Iran and have still bad. Only when Calypso is to Gorbachev, true love will then flow between right and left. These countries need power, our carnival. They need carnival. My Trinidad and Tobago can teach the world true peace. You know, cause when we start betting, playing mass and jumping, we forget race, color and skin. But sister, folks in Lebanon will fight to their death till Muslims and Christians learn to wail and beg. Jews and Arabians causing destruction for Syrians, Libyans, and steel band. Only when this world embrace carnival, true love will unfold from every mortal. The world can learn pal from more carnival. They need carnival. What's the answer for East Sudan?
They need carnival.
What's the answer for Pakistan?
They need carnival.
What's the answer for them in India?
They need carnival.
What's the answer for folks out there?
They need carnival.
God bless. Keep the faith.
They need carnival.
In 1990, Chalkdust came to defend his title from bads like Kenny J,
Makes me feel so good, tell you sweets not all out.
Sugar Aloes,
I sing and say he give all the milk away.
Watchman,
just only get the cotton with the youth that means corrupted.
Gypsy,
Too much from you, all I'm begging in this land.
Tambu,
People jumping up in the army women feeling clean.
and Dennis Plummer. But it was Crow, the midget from Buenos Aires, earning his second crown for this decade, and he took the title back to the Southland. Here is
The mighty midget doing political dictionary.
Alright, in a new dictionary, a political dictionary, August you're gonna see all the parents buying from me. For the benefit of this country, get a copy of a new dictionary. College, high school, or university, intelligently get your copy. You see, the letter A is not for apple. A is for argument, means squabble. And the letter B is for boboli or botirwari. The letter C is for confusion. D is for dotish politician. E is for every man and woman episode fouling up with land. Hurry, hurry, bushes early. Get your copy, check me for your new political dictionary. Hurry, hurry, bushes early. Get your copy, check me for your new political dictionary. Balo, balo. Bolo, bolo. They say bring a fairy godmother. Some say a new administrator. A man went so far to say we need a new prime minister. But me ain't blaming Robbie entirely. Remember he met an empty treasury. That's why I walk into my monastery and compile this new dictionary. You see, the letter G is for if I had a gun, I'd run and shoot down racialism. H is quite easy. H is for too much hate in the party. I is for petty indifferences. J is for jackals in smart men places. K is for killing we mentally. L is for them should leave already. Hurry, hurry, bushes early. Get your copy, check me for your new political dictionary. Hurry, hurry, bushes early. Get your copy, check me for your new political dictionary. Bolo, bolo. Bolo, bolo. Ba-da, ba-da. Bolo, bolo. Bolo, bolo. They say how PNM corrupted. Now they say they're too damn high-handed. They had no faith. So they went and they formed the Club 88. But while they jumping around like a monkey, they ain't doing nothing for the country. 1 year to go, next year is 94. Take your revenge on the voting floor. The letter M they say is for Mickey Mouse, controlled by the Speaker of the House. N should get some licks. Who said Nizam was into narcotics? O is for Johnny O, the big scam. P is for put it in the Swiss bank. Q is for question the drug report. R is for rush Nizam to the court. Hurry, hurry, purchase early. Get your copy, check me for your new political dictionary.
Hurry, hurry, purchase early, get your copy.
Check me for your new political dictionary. They making the populace suffer, and them pledge that they gon' do better. As for suffer bad, tears for trouble facing thrill they die. But while they jumping up like a monkey, they ain't doing nothing for the country. 1 year to go, next year is 91. Take your revenge on the voting ground. The entire USA is for unity, that we lack so much in the party. V is for vision of gloom that I see here in this nation. W is for where decisions they make. X-ray is to X-ray, for heaven's sake. Why, boy, yes, they treat me like a child. C is for zoom them into exile.
Hurry, hurry, purchase early, get your copy.
Check me for your new political dictionary.
Hurry, hurry, purchase early, get your copy.
Check me for your new political dictionary.
Remember that culture is a way of life, and your contribution is vital in order for us to keep bringing you programs like these.
So tell them people to take my Calypso music to the mountains, yeah, and let every drop of earth hear when I sing.
In 1991, Crow, the mighty midget, came to defend his crown. And in the lineup was Denise Plummer making her second trip, Blue Boy's first trip to the big yard, Sugar Aloe's third trip, Marshall Montano's second trip, and Watchman. But it was the year that the black man came out to party. This is my brother from South with crown number 4.
Stop all house smoke youth. Tonight we going and have some fun. I just feel it too. The way we used to when we was young. Just put on something sexy, so you'll be free to move around. Make sure the children okay. We ain't coming home until morning come. Why? Tonight
the black man feeling to party.
I ain't hear you what?
Tonight the black man feeling to jump.
Tonight the black man just feel to woogie. Come on, hold on to your man, and let me do a little. Leave your worries by we. For that tonight we have no. We go deal with that tomorrow. Tonight we come out here to lie. We go do a little soca. We go do a little. We go do a little. And show them youngsters how to wine. Tell me why.
Tonight the black man feeling to party. Tonight the black man feeling to jump.
Tonight the black man just feels so woogie. Come on, hold on to your man, and let me do a little. Remember when we was courting, before we got this family, anywhere Joey, two people thought to be there was we. Since we start having children, to make them strong we give dance up. So tonight, we turning back the hands of the clock. All you tell me why?
Tonight you got my feeling to party.
I ain't hear you, I ain't hear.
Tonight you got my feeling to jump, 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 jump.
Tonight you got my chest feel to boogie, boogie. Come on, hold on to your man and let me do a little. Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, badam, bam, bam.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, bam, badam, bam.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, badam, bam, bam.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, bam, badam, bam.
Lim, bam, bim, bam, bidam, bam, badam, bam.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, bam, badam, bam.
Lam, badam, 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 bam, bam, ba-ba. This one for you. When my fans and them tell me they find me correct going fine, I just simply have to tell them, use the driving force behind. Use the one that gives me courage. Use the one that have me great. So for that tonight, me, we turn it back the hands of the clock. Why?
Tonight you got my feeling to party.
I ain't hear your excellence one.
Tonight you got my feeling to jump, 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 jump.
Tonight you got my chest feel to
boogie, boogie.
Come on, hold on to your man and let me do a little. Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, badam, bam, bam.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, bam, badam, bam.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, badam, bam, bam.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, bam, badam, bam.
Lim, bam, bim, bam, bidam, bam, badam, bam.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dam, badam, bam, badam, bam.
Lam, badam, 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 bam, bam, bam. Love you.
Black Man Come Out to Party became the anthem of that decade. And as a matter of fact, up to now, when Black Man Come Out to Party play, you know we just break it down. But it's time again. All good things must come to an end. I hope you have enjoyed the last decade of Calypso Monarchs. Next week, we're getting ready to do the last leg of this Calypso countdown. So tune in. And I'm Lady V saying that I'll see you next week, same time, same place. God bless you all.
Life may be rough. I tell you, times may be tough, but we must keep going. I feel in the pain. Yes, we keep pulling strain, but we must keep fighting. Regardless of how it comes, we just can't surrender. We got to keep working towards a better future. We would never be always down and fighting to stay off the ground. You must remember, all day would come. While we appreciate the little life got to give, regardless what's the hood, we must think positive. Look on the brighter side. Look on the brighter side. Because I see a silver lining behind this great cloud we're passing. Look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. For the bright side is where we going. No more negative thoughts. Load. Look
how we going down the road, but we must keep going. As though we commit a crime, and we keep serving time, but we must keep fighting. Remember they say that nothing lasts forever. One day is for the slave, one day for the master. So always keep your courage up. Don't allow confidence to drop. One day we'll be right there on top. While we appreciate the little life got to give, regardless what's the hood, really must think positive.
Look on the brighter side. Look on the brighter side.
Because I see a silver lining behind this gray cloud we're passing. So look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. For the bright side is where Trinity. The journey may be long. Look how we keep falling down, but we must keep going. It keep getting hot, like the pressure won't stop, but we must keep fighting. Everybody in life does have their little setback, but we just can't say that's that. Sit down and relax. Don't care what you go through today. Surrender we must never say. Yeah, there's a will.
There is a way.
While we appreciate the little life got to give, regardless what's the hood, Trini, you must think positive.
Look on the brighter side. Look on the brighter side.
Because I see a silver lining behind this gray cloud we're passing. So look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. For the bright